Hello, good morning, guys. Thanks for joining us in today's design session where we shall be looking at how you can create an awesome social media post on your Pixellab application using your Android smartphone. If you are coming across this kind of tutorial for the first time, please kindly subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out whenever we bring new and amazing tutorials. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you guys so much. We really appreciate it. Now, without wasting much of your time, let's dive into the tutorial. Yes, right here. Let's go. Today's tutorial hub is going to Elijah Esingi, who is watching us from Benakuma Menchum Valley subdivision of the Menchum division in the northwest region of Cameroon. We're glad you love our tutorial. The Benakuma people are a hardworking set of tribe in the Menchum Valley subdivision in the Menchum division of the northwest region of Cameroon. Please kindly let us know also where you are watching us from, so we send you a hug in our next tutorial upload. Okay guys, so I would love to begin by deleting this text because I don't actually need it, and in this tutorial I will also show you how you can manipulate your background just on Pixellab to create something awesome. And the very first thing that I'm going to do is to click on my shape option. Click here on this middle button to select a shape. So I'm going to use the fading effect to create my background. So after choosing this square shape, I'll make it to a rectangle and position it nicely like so. But then go to your gradient setting, click on gradient, make sure that you are still on the shape editing, so click on gradient. And what we are going to do is to click on the plus button to create our fade. So this kind of background manipulation, it's using the fading and texture impact to create your background. It really produces a lot of awesome background. So that is what we are going to do. Pay close attention. But as you do, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you are joining us for the very first time, like the tutorial and drop your comments. Tell us also where you are watching us, where exactly you are watching us from. Okay, so let's proceed. We clicking on the plus button right here, so click on it to set your gradient or the fade. So we have two colors here. Gradient simply means a combination of two or more colors, so that's why we call it a gradient. As you can see, we have this color and this one as well. So what we're going to do now is to click on this, then we'll also click here to set the gradient. So we go 1 and 2. Now let's reduce the opacity of this completely to 0. Then we click OK. After clicking OK, what we're going to do is to swap the color position. Click here to swap your color position so that the remaining color, which is this one, goes up, occupies the upper part of the fade. So what we're going to do again is to change the color of the fade. So click here and you click here as well. So let's click here and click here. So this is the only place that you can change the color of your fade and still be able to add a texture to the shape. Because if you change the shape color in a normal shape, the normal color of shapes, I will show you also. If you change it on that other position, it will not be good. I think I'm already contradicting myself, but let me just go bit by bit so you get it. So let's just change the color of the shape here into something like kind of an average green. It's okay, not too bright. Perfect. So I have something like this as the gradient. As you can see, we have it here. So you click on your check mark and you're good to go. So what I was saying is, don't change the color of your gradient or your fade here. If you change, you will not be able to apply this texture. Okay, so that's what I mean. Always change the color of your fade. If you want to apply texture also to the fading, change it from here. Okay, from here. As you can see, what we did, change it back from here. All right, good. So we click on check mark, and what we're going to do now is to go to our texture. Then I'm going to sample a background. I had this blur background downloaded from Pinterest, so you can just click on Pinterest and you search for a blurred green background. So you have something like this. Now click on your check mark, and as you can see, we have something like this. But If you look carefully, there is some kind of a separating line here. It's not blending so well. So all you need to do is to enable the maintain ratio, and you can see everything is perfect and aligned. So we can even go back to the edit and pull this down a bit so that it will match well with our other background. So as you can see, you use relative position now to position it on the middle. I hope you are enjoying today's tutorial. Don't forget to give a thumbs up to the tutorial and also to tell us where you're watching us from. Kindly let us know the next kind of tutorial you would love to see from us. Okay, so after achieving this, I'm going to bring in another awesome element. This light, this kind of ring light effect that I have here, this kind of bright light effect. So just see how I'm going to blend the two to make the background work. So after positioning so nicely like this, click to back. Wow, awesome. Can you just see what happened? So the two backgrounds have blended so easily without any stress, and we can even proceed further to go to our color filters to increase the hue a bit, just to about 30, and we are good to go. So this is the work of blending backgrounds, blending images together using the fading and texture effect to manipulate your backgrounds. Now we have a cool nice background where we're going to land our design. So we're going to go to layer and make sure that we lock everything up. Good. So once you've done locking everything up, we now proceed to the next phase of the design. Background setting is very important. Background manipulation is very important. At your request, I can do a complete tutorial on how you can manipulate your backgrounds. If you like that tutorial, if you want such a tutorial, just let me know on the comment section and I will deliver it to you guys. Perfect. So now what we're going to do is to bring the image of what we are designing, the main theme of the design. So the main theme of this design is on a headset. So we're designing a social media post for this headset, and I was not mad to go look for a headset that has a green color. No, this is because I want elements to rhyme. When your elements rhyme with the background, the color pattern match, it makes your design much more lively. So that's why I decided to bring this kind of green background, green headset. So I'm just going to increase it, and as you can see, I've rotated it a bit, and so nicely position it here. I use your relative position to make sure that it is on the middle. Great, perfect. So after positioning it like this, we're still going to click back on it and go to our color filter option. Then we increase the color filter, the hue, sorry, to make it also work with the background. So we leave it to about 40. Good. Now you click on the lock button, the layer panel, and lock everything up. So you bear with me that if this headset has a shadow down here, it will be nice. So we're going to proceed straight away to create our shadow. So this is also another awesome tip, how you can create shadows for 3D shapes on Pixellab. So we're going to select a circle, and after selecting circle, go to your gradient. So I use gradient a lot in most of my designs. I don't just love using single colors. So as you can see, I used a gradient for the background, and right now I'm going to use gradient as well for the shape shadow. So this is the work of gradient, is very important as far as Pixellab is concerned. So I'm going to click on the plus button. Then if you look carefully up here, you will see that there are different gradient patterns. What do we mean by patterns? The orientation or the alignment. How do they align? When I have this, I'm actually on the second. I'm actually here. Okay, so that's why you see this. Now if I should change the pattern, you see this is the first one, this is the second one, this is the third, this is the fourth, and this is the one that we are going to use for our shape shadow. So we're clicking on this. That is the fourth one. Yeah, the first, second, third, and fourth. So click on the fourth. Then what you are going to do now is to click here and here. Then you go reduce the opacity, click OK. Then what you're going to do as well is to interchange. So this is where I clicked to swap the colors. So just swap. The black should go to the middle, Then reduce this, it should come closer to the black. Click OK on the check mark, and as you can see, we already have a shadow. Can you see the impact? And then we're still going to work on it. Then click on the check mark. Now compress it so nicely. Compress it, span it out like this. Then you can compress it now as well. Okay, so we're going to change the color into something. Yeah, we're going to use this dark green. We're going to use this dark green, just like the one we used for the background. So just click on it. Then what we're going to do now is to go to text, to the layer, send this shadow to the back of the headset. Can you see the impact? Good. So we can even bring it up a bit. And what you are going to do is go to your opacity and reduce the opacity to 50%. Then copy this, copy the same shadow and bring it here. So as you bring it here, this one, if you look at the hand of this headset here, it looks somehow slanty, so we are going to slant the shadow also as well. But how do you do that? Okay, oh my god, the first one upset it, so we're going to lock it. Then we click on this second shadow. First of all, I want us to reduce the size. It should be smaller since it's for the second handle. So we're going to rotate it a bit. It should also slant, given that the hand of the headset is also slanted. So that's why we're also slanting the shadow. So go to your rotation and you rotate it so nicely like so. Then still go to the layer panel and send it below the shadow, below the headphone. Good. After doing that, go to layer and you lock it up. Good. So after achieving all of this, it's time now for us to bring in our text. Very important for the design. So the very first text that I want us to bring is to go to text area, type sound. Okay, this is just so awesome for sound. Make sure that it's all on capital letters. Double tap. Then we're going to go to our font area, and we're using this font called Hevitas. Then what you're going to do to shift this one to the back of the headset, then we're still going to copy it. Okay, before we copy it, let's use little position to tack it to the middle, then copy, bring it. Okay, so let's change the color of this to make sure that they align before we change it back to white. Because if we use white, you will not see exactly if the colors are, if the two write-ups are aligned. So let's change back the color to white. And after changing the color to white, click on this plus button, then reduce the opacity also completely to 0. Now go to your stroke area. Okay, so we're going to give it now a bright green color. Okay, make it a bright green color. Then go to the first text, change the color also to a bright green. Perfect. Can you see the impact? Good. So this is just what we wanted to achieve, and it's achievable. So the next thing that we also want to do is to bring in the description about this headphone. So we're going to click on text and type all day enjoyment. So you can imagine the kind of fun that comes with buying this headphone. you have all day enjoyment. So the font that I want to use is called the Stretch Pro. I just love the font because it appears to be much more rounded and nice. So we're going to position this here. Now after positioning it there, what we need to do is to go to our shape, select this square, and make it kind of a small rectangle, and yeah, just align it like this, then bring it closer to the all day enjoyment, change the color to the bright yellow. Then we're going to go to our text area and write the discount rate. So it's at a 50% discount, 50% off. But then we're going to change the color, as you can know, or you can bear with me that on a brighter surface we need to use but a dark color. So that's why we're changing the color now to the dark green. But then we're going to font area, and I'm going to use my favorite Rocksport Sans Light font. Then I use relative size, or size, sorry, to step this down to just 30 and perfectly align it on the shape. Great, so we have 50% off. Good. Now there are some other functions that the headset performs, which we think it can be nice bringing them in. So we have functions like the gaming function, but then we're going to reduce the size. So we're going to change the color of this to just normal white. Then we reduce the size. Let's reduce it further. I think 6 will be okay. Then we position it here. Copy this text, since we want to maintain the same kind of font, and write gaming 15 hours. So the headset can support gaming for up to 15 hours. So you can bear with me that on a dark background, like I was saying, we're going to reverse. We're going to use now a brighter color on this dark portion of the background, since this is a dark portion. Take note, guys, as you design, always know that on a dark surface or on a dark background, we use a light color to write, and likewise. So we're going to use this bright green. Can you see the impact? Awesome. So we bring this closer. So gaming, it supports it for 15 hours. The next thing is movie. Wow, this headset should really be powerful. So we're going to change the color of this also to white, so it supports movie. Let's see the size. Okay, this one at 8, it should be fine, I guess. And here, just make sure that everything is aligned. You have to pay close attention. So we're just going to copy this text, double tap, and put movies. So let's send this up a bit and pull the text up also, because our objective is for everything to align with the first one. So you are facing difficulties here, you can use your grid button. Enable your grid. Good. So we're going to still bring in our other functions. So it as well supports music. Wow. This is a powerful headset, guys. Really awesome. So we're going to reduce the size of this as well, but then we change the color to white. as usual, and we reduce the size so nicely to about 10. So in all you do, you must make sure that the size and the alignment is perfect with the other shapes. So let's copy this. So for music, it's 12 hours. Of music. Okay, let's do some little adjustments. Great. So the last function is for conversation. You can as well connect it, since it's a wireless headphone. You can just connect it to your mobile and you engage in connection, in communication. So let's leave this also to 10. Then we're going to copy this text, double tap, right, communication. So 12 hours communication as well. Good. Now, after making sure that everything is okay, what we need to do is to go to our layer, select from beginning, that's the functions, all of them, don't merge, but use relative position to make sure that it's on the middle of your design. That's very important. Okay, good. So what is left is for us to bring in some kind of distractions on this upper section of the design. As you can see, that background there is less music, which does not make sense. So we need to bring in some kind of display that will make the work so nice. But before we do that, I think this text is not too well, so we can go select the text, the sound, the two sounds. So we just move it. I have to make sure that everything is well in place. Good. Now let's go bring in some distractive elements. So I have some music clip arts like this. Okay, as you can see, the background has not been removed. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, also join us if this is your first time. But then if you are joining us for the second time, we really appreciate it. And make sure that you are subscribed and clicked to the channel, because we share amazing tips and other design tutorials here regularly. Thank you so much for doing that. So as you click on erase color, increase the tolerance, but then increase the size as well. And what we're going to do is to change the color to the dark blue, the dark blue color, and go to layers and push this. It should be below the microphone, okay, below the microphone, below the headset, sorry. Good, it should be below the headset. Then we reduce the opacity to about 15, and you can now push it up. Great. So we have all day enjoyment sound headphone design completed. And what we can do just to proceed and save our work as PNG and as Ultra. Great. So our image is done saving, and if you want to change the color of the design, since it is saved, just go to import the design, bring it and make it as an overlay, centralize, make it as an overlay, then go to the color filters and you increase. Depending, now you can see that you have different kinds of designs coming up. Can you see? So these are some of the amazing tips that I share here, guys. So look at this. So you can download, you can just save the different kind. This is the original, okay? Let me just put it to 0. This is the original design, but as it changes, you can see the changes. Now as they are changing on the hue color filter, you can be saving them, and at the end of the day you have multiple kind of the same design in different colors. This is exactly what I'm talking about. So you can see this, you can as well see this. You can see these are. So I also have this. Great. So you can see all of this, the same design, but I use hue color to manipulate them to have something better. So guys, this is how you can design this social media post for sound headset on your Pixellab application. I hope today's tutorial was helpful, and if you are joining us for the very first time, if this is your first time of joining us, please kindly subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to drop your comments on what you think. If there is any other tutorial you would love us to handle, just let us know in the comment section and we'll bring it to you. Thanks so much for watching. See you in our next tutorial.